Hello everyone, and welcome to another installment of Erin's Book Club. I have another book review to do. Unfortunately, I lost the dust jacket on it eons ago, but the book review I'd like to do is written by Anne and Todd McCaffrey, called Dragon's Fire, and it's the book continuing on the Dragon Riders of Pern series. And I just want to say it was an interesting concept throughout this book. We had an event happening at the same time as the event before, in the book before had happened, only it was written with a different perspective and different characters, and there was another character part of that event that wasn't even mentioned in that other book. Although, now that I've read this book, I kind of want to go back to that other book and see if there's little hints or tidbits about that character that maybe I missed. Because I'm wondering if maybe that it was written about it, and I missed it. So, the Dragon Rider, or Dragon's Fire book is, I think, the second fall or third fall of thread that they're fighting. And now that they've been living for a little bit on Pern, where there has been no threadfall, it has gone to a different perspective in that it's dealing with some of the people who won't be protected during the threadfall, the ones that have been shunned. Now the shunned people are the ones that have either committed a theft, been lazy, or committed murder. They've been shunned and nobody's allowed to associate with them. In fact, they're not even known for their names. And it brought in an interesting, I don't know, dilemma in new societies that you're thinking about. Because what do you do with the folks who have been committed, who have been found guilty of murder or anything like that? How do you deal with them? And I don't know my stand on that, because, okay, let's say you shun all these people, and then you're stuck with the very problem that they had in the book, is these shunned people live on the outskirts of the society and then come back and steal from a society that they feel has wronged them. So then you're letting dangerous people loose near your area, that puts a real risk to you and your family. But then, do you go back to capital punishment, where you're murdering the person who's murdered? Or, like, what do you do with these people? And I don't actually think that there is a correct answer in that. And I think that's what Todd and Anne were trying to get to, is there isn't actually a correct answer. Each one has its negatives and each one has its positives, and I think it was written in a very good view on part of the people who haven't been shunned, on part of the people who have been shunned, like the guilty, and then on part of the people who have been born from the shunned people. Like, that's a whole other concept. What about the children of the shunned? They haven't actually controlled or done any crimes, so why are they having to suffer? Like, and then if you don't want them to suffer, then you've got to take them away from their parents, and how fair is that? But then that brings into another topic of what happens then if you fix all the shun, like sterilize all the shun before you shun them. That's an option. In fact, I think in one of the earlier books, the punishment for rape was to be altered, like sterilized. So why aren't they doing that for the shunned? Like, it's an interesting concept, and it's an interesting viewpoint. I really enjoyed the sideline plot about Firestone and the proper Firestone to use for the animals, and what a dragon will suffer for the love of their bonded, because apparently the dragons suffer when they eat this Firestone because it hurts. That's an interesting concept. Near the end, though, and of course this is not a spoiler-free video. I can't do spoiler-free. Sorry, you get what you take. But near the end of the video, one of the main characters that has been through hell, actually been through hell and back through almost 2 books, and it's a character that struggled and struggled and struggled, near the end gets an opportunity to impress on a dragon. And I get really excited when impressions on the dragons happen, because they're written so well, and it's always a feel-good, teary type read that I really enjoy. And I thought, oh, good, I get to read about this character. He's finally going to get something like that he deserves. He's going to get something that was worth all the struggle. And the first chapter is him jumping on another dragon to be taken over to the hatching grounds to see if he's selected. And then the next chapter is 3 years later after he's been impressed. So I didn't get to read any of that. I didn't get to read the impression. I didn't get to read him going to the egg. Any of that. I felt kind of cheated, because that is the main part of the Dragon Riders of Pern, is the impression of a dragon. And I don't even think this book had an impression in it, which was kind of a disappointment. So I'm very eager to start the next book. I've got to do my my other book first, but I'm very eager to get started on the next book. But all in all, guys, like I think I started this book on Monday. No, last week sometime, I think. But I was actually rushing home to get the book read. This is how excited I was to finish it. I couldn't put it down. It was well written. It was quick paced. It was full of emotion. I immediately cared about the characters, which said something, because it takes me a while usually to care about the humans. I care about the dragons more usually. But all in all, Dragon's Fire by Anne and Todd McCaffrey. What a great collaboration. What a great book. So any of you guys, if you're looking for a nice quick read, go ahead and pick it up. I don't think you'll be sorry. Thanks, guys. I'll let you know when I have another book read.